He shrank away from more interruption and more insult, into the quieter road that led to the great house. At a solitary place by the wayside he stopped and sat down. He took off his hat and lifted his youthful wig a little from his bald old head, and tried desperately to get beyond the one immovable conviction which lay on his mind like lead, the conviction that Miss Gwilt had been purposely deceiving him from the first. It was useless. No effort would free him from that one dominant impression, and from the one answering idea that it had evoked, the idea of revenge. He got up again, and put on his hat and walked rapidly forward a little way, then turned without knowing why, and slowly walked back again. "If I had only dressed a little smarter," said the poor wretch helplessly. "If I had only been a little bolder with her, she might have overlooked my being an old man." The angry fit returned on him. He clenched his clammy, trembling hands and shook them fiercely in the empty air. "I'll be revenged on her," he reiterated. "I'll be revenged on her if I spend every halfpenny I've got." It was terribly suggestive of the hold she had taken on him, that his vindictive sense of injury could not get far enough away from her to reach the man whom he believed to be his rival even yet. In his rage, as in his love, he was absorbed, body and soul, by Miss Gwilt. In a moment more, the noise of running wheels approaching from behind startled him. He turned and looked round. There was Mr. Pedgift, the elder, rapidly overtaking him in the gig, just as Mr. Pedgift had overtaken him once already, on that former occasion when he had listened under the window at the great house, and when the lawyer had bluntly charged him with feeling a curiosity about Miss Gwilt. In an instant the inevitable connection of ideas burst on his mind. The opinion of Miss Gwilt, which he had heard the lawyer express to Allan at parting, flashed back into his memory, side by side with Mr. Pedgift's sarcastic approval of anything in the way of inquiry which his own curiosity might obtain. "I may be even with her yet," he thought, "if Mr. Pedgift will help me." "Stop, sir!" he called out desperately, as the gig came up with him. "If you please, sir, I want to speak with you." Pedgift Senior slackened the pace of his fast-trotting mare without pulling up. "Come to the office in half an hour," he said. "I'm busy now." Without waiting for an answer, without noticing Mr. Bashwood's bow, he gave the mare the rein again, and was out of sight in another minute. Mr. Bashwood sat down once more in a shady place by the roadside. He appeared to be incapable of feeling any slight but one unpardonable slight put upon him by Miss Gwilt. He not only declined to resent, he even made the best of Mr. Pedgift's unceremonious treatment of him. "Half an hour," he said resignedly. "Time enough to compose myself. And I want time. Very kind of Mr. Pedgift, though he mightn't have meant it." The sense of oppression in his head forced him once again to remove his hat. He sat with it on his lap, deep in thought, his face bent low, and the wavering fingers of one hand drumming absently on the crown of the hat. If Mr. Pedgift the elder, seeing him as he sat now, could only have looked a little way into the future, the monotonously drumming hand of the deputy steward might have been strong enough, feeble as it was, to stop the lawyer by the roadside. It was the worn, weary, miserable old hand of a worn, weary, miserable old man. But it was, for all that, to use the language of Mr. Pedgift's own parting prediction to Allan, the hand that was now destined to let the light in on Miss Gwilt. End of chapter 12. Recording by Ana Simão from Portugal. End of Armadale by Wilkie Collins.